a fragment of ground stone axe that was recovered from an excavation in the southern Kimberley at a site called Carpenter's Gap 1, which is on traditional Bunupa land. So at the moment it's the oldest fragment of ground stone axe, well, in Australia, but actually the world. So, and what's interesting to me is not so much that it's the oldest, but that in all of the sites, or in many sites across northern Australia that have older deposits, there are fragments of ground stone axes in the very oldest deposits. So this means that edge ground axes were an important technology for Australia's first colonisers. And what's particularly interesting about that is that there are similar finds in Japan from around about 30,000 years ago, so some perhaps 10,000 years later, but they were an independent invention in Japan, so it doesn't mean that Australia and Japan were connected culturally in any way. It's just that in both places, making ground-edged axes was important for exploiting that environment. So in Australia, the spread of these right across northern Australia very early on suggests that there was a northern cultural block that's also present in some of the early rock arts from Arnhem Land and the Kimberley. And these ground-edged axes don't reach into the southern part of Australia until only the last few thousand years. So it suggests a sort of a separate cultural block between the north and south part of Australia from the earliest colonising period.